Good afternoon. So today we will discuss about the Human Rights Watch World Report on Human Rights. What about human rights? By the Human Rights Watch. Human Rights Watch is a global NGO based in USA. Okay. United Nations General Assembly has adopted the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. Okay, in the year 1948. Okay, so that is on 10th December. And United Nations has created United Nations Human Right Council. Okay, presently it is known as United Nations Human Right Council. Earlier it was known as United Nations Human Right Commission, but recently changed to Council. It is the nodal agency on human rights globally. Fine. But apart from this, so the UN agency, some other international NGOs like the Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, they also perform global function on protection of human rights. Okay, and the report of Amnesty and Human Rights Watch were taken very seriously or authentic report published by them. The 33rd edition of the Human Rights Watch World Report. 33rd edition of the Human Rights Watch World Report was released. This edition reviews human rights practices in close to 100 countries. So, the practices of human rights in 100 countries. The report highlight politically motivated charges. In the section in the section in India, the Human Rights Watch said authority throughout India arrested activists, journalists, and other critics of the government on what is called politically motivated criminal charges. Okay, so who the government agency arrested activists, journalists, and other critics of the government on charges of politically motivated criminal charges, including that of terrorism. Okay, that means so government misuse its power and thereby violate the rights of the that is a violation of their human rights because so they raise their voice against the government. So that is the reason for which they were targeted by the government and arrested by the government and on charges of politically motivated criminal charges. Okay, so they were arrested on politically motivated criminal charges, including that of terrorism. On minority, the report also said that Indian authority has intensified and broadened their crackdown on activist group and media throughout 2022. That means, so the law enforcement agencies, especially government agencies. So what is the claim or the complaint against the government agency? So it said that the report also said the Indian authority have intensified and broadened their crackdown on activist group and the media throughout 2022. Okay, so that is what is a negative report on this. This is purely a negative information on the issue, because the government is targeting to, okay, abuse and repression. It added that Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party led government used abusive and discriminatory policies to repress Muslims and other minorities. The BJP is leading the central government and has government in many states. That means BJP as a political party is ruling at the center and in many states in the country. Fine. And so this is a Hindu nationalist party. Okay. Normally it's overall from Jansangha it was created. Jansangha is a Hindu political outfit, and the BJP owes its origin to Jansangh. So the BJP is called as a Hindu political outfit. Okay, and they use abusive and discriminatory policy to repress Muslims and other minorities. Fine. Then demolishing properties. The authority in several BJP ruled states demolished Muslim homes and properties without legal authorization or due process as summary punishment for protest or alleged crimes, the human rights was said. That means the BJP led state government in different states. Okay, BJP ruled in Uttar Pradesh, BJP ruled in Himachal Pradesh. So BJP ruled in so many states in the country. Okay, and BJP has a target to rule over all these states, but they popularly called as double engine government. So the central government will be led by BJP, and the state government also will be led by the BJP. They have the target. So they want to establish rule in the center as well as in most of the states. But right now, this is the era of the regional political parties. Regional political parties, because they are very close to the people and their issues, so they are normally elected by the people in the assembly election, like the BJD in Odisha, the Trinamool Congress in West Bengal, the AIDMK in Tamil Nadu, Assam Gana Parishad in Assam. Okay, so they are the regional political parties. So there are 50 more such regional political parties active in the different states. Fine, and because they represent the people's problem more, so they were elected to power. They were elected to power, and they, because they are able to represent public issues and take care of the problems of the public in a more proactive manner. So they get more popularity and they are elected for the state governments. But BJP ultimate aim is to establish government at the center and the states. And when it is not being fulfilled, so they created issues. In several BJP ruled states, they demolished Muslim houses and property without legal authorization or due process as summary punishment for protest or alleged crimes, the human rights was said. Religious conversions. It added that authority also misused law forbidding forced religious conversion to target Christians, especially from Dalit and Adivasi communities. Okay, but so religious conversion, it added that authority also misused law forbidding forced religious conversion to target Christians, especially from the Dalit and Adivasi communities. Fine, that is what. Okay, so authority misused law forbidding forced religious conversion to target Christians, especially from the Dalit community that converted to, so from Dalit to the Christian community. The example is the Bilkis Banu case in Gujarat, referring to the release of 11 Hindu men convicted and sentenced to life in the jail for gang rape of the Bilkis Banu during the Godhra riots, and the murder of 13 members of her family, and the celebration of their release by the some BJP members. The Human Rights Watch said the action highlighted the government's discriminatory stance towards minority communities, even in case of violence against women. Okay, referring to the release of the 11 Hindu men convicted and sentenced to life in jail for the gang rape of Bilkis Banu and the member of 14 members of her family, the celebration of their release by some BJP members. The Human Rights said the action highlighted the government's discriminatory stance towards minority community, even in case of violence against women. When the Bilkis Banu case is a very highlighted case during the Gudra riots, when the family members were killed. Okay, she was released. She was raped. Okay, and member of her family were murdered during the Gudra riot. Okay, and some people, the 11 Hindus, were convicted in the crime and they are put behind bar. But so when they are released, because so it is said that no one came to give the evidence against them, and this is under government pressure. When that took place, so the Hindu group, so some BJP leaders, they celebrated this release of those persons are celebrated by the some Hindu rulers. Okay, so then on the case of Jammu Kashmir, on Jammu Kashmir, the human rights was said that even after 3 years of removal of the Article 270 and creation of two friendly administered territory called the Union Territory, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, the government continued to restrict free expression, peaceful assembly, and other basic rights there. So, Jammu Kashmir Reorganization Act was passed by the Parliament, by which, okay, so the state of Jammu Kashmir, okay, the state of Jammu and Kashmir was bifurcated to two union territories. One is Jammu and Kashmir, second is Ladakh. And government brought those two under their control. But after taking the control of the union territory, for more than 3 years has passed, yet the government has not yet been able to make the things free. So still that they are in mess. Okay, that implies so the government has imposed restriction on free expression, peaceful assembly, and other basic rights in Jammu and Kashmir. That means so human rights which not at its level best even here. Okay, so even when government is promoting this, even they are not able to do this. That is the issue. Okay, so moving forward, the Global Human Rights Observer referred or the Human Rights Watch referred to suspected militant attacks on minority Hindu and Sikh community in the Kashmir Valley. What has increased recently is that so in recent time there is substantial increase in the number of attack on the Muslims. Okay, and on the Hindu Pandits and the Sikh. Okay, so in the Kashmir Valley, so to create a sense of pure psychosis in the mind of the people, that is what. So they are right now attacking on the minorities there, and that is only okay. This is the situation for which okay. So even they are unable to get the due freedom what each expected after the bifurcation of the state. Okay, then the human rights also noted the increasingly liberal steps taken by the Supreme Court in India. It was a refer to the top courts following significant rulings, extending abortion right to all women. So it has all praise for the highest court in the country. So the the highest court in the country, has been able to do something which is much praised. Okay, by the Human Rights Watch, the global human right body. Fine. Extending abortion right to all women regardless of marital status and to people other than cisgender women, widening the definition of a family to include same-sex couple, single parents, and other households. It also took note of the Supreme Court ban on the two-finger test recently, when the for any rape victim, the police put the person on to the take to the police, the medical, and the medical fraternity conducted two-finger test to know whether rape has been taken place or not. Okay, so that is another humiliation to the woman who has already underwent through a horrible situation of rape. So subsequently, the two-finger test, the second rape attempt legally on the victim. That is why so the court has put a ban okay on the two-finger test. Okay, that is why so that was also much praised by the Human Rights Watch. Okay. So Human Rights Watch is an international non-governmental organization. The group pressure governments, policymakers, companies, and individuals human rights abuses to denounce abuse and respect human rights, and often works on behalf of refugees, children, migrants, and political prisoners. Okay, its headquarters at New York City that conducts research and advocacy on human rights. So basic human rights better pursuant to universal Declaration of human rights by United Nations General Assembly. Human Rights Watch opposes violation of what the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights consider basic human rights. So UDHR stands for Universal Declaration of Human Rights by the United Nations General Assembly. This includes capital punishment and discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, freedom. The Human Rights Watch advocates freedom in connection with fundamental rights, freedom of all press. Okay, it seek to achieve changes by publicly pressuring government and their policymaker to curb human rights abuses, and by convincing more powerful government to use their influence on government that violates human rights. Okay, that violates human rights. Okay, government to use their influence and government that violates human rights. Significant constitutional provisions in India. So human rights, how they are protected in Indian constitution? Definitely. So human rights is much protected in Indian constitution. Okay, so it is there in the fundamental right, the constitution. Even parts are there in the DPSP, and also they have been mentioned other provisions in different places of the constitution, fine, or sections in the constitution. Right to equality, article 14 to 18. Right to freedom, 19 to 22. Right to exploitation, 23 to 24. Right to freedom of religion, 25 to 28. Cultural education right, 29 to 30. Right to demand, 32. And article 31, which is from that right to property, has been abolished. They protected as a fundamental right in the constitution. Okay, and fundamental rights are negative in nature, and they impose restriction on the government on protecting the rights or violating the rights of the people. Okay, fundamental rights. So it is a restrictions on the government, that so the government should not violate the rights that were. Okay, so it is protected as the fundamental in the Constitution of India under Article 19(1)(a), which states that all citizens shall have the right to freedom of speech and expression. Okay, but somehow it is violated. Freedom of religion under the Indian Constitution, whereas fundamental rights are provided as well as guaranteed by the Indian Constitution under Part 3 of the Constitution for Fundamental Rights. Article 25 to 28 of the Indian Constitution guarantee right to freedom of religion for all citizens who are residing within the territory of India. Freedom of conscience and free profession of religion, Article 25. Freedom to manage religious affairs, Article 26. Freedom from payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion, that is Article 27. Freedom to attend religious instructions, Article 28. India, being a secular nation, gives every citizen the right to follow the religion he believes in. By the 42nd Amendment Act 1976, the Indian Constitution, the term secularism was inserted in a preamble. That means, in so religious freedom, secularism, that they are ingrained in Indian Constitution, and the major issue is that how to protect them under difficult and different circumstances, and if they are properly taken care of, okay, so definitely they will be able to fulfill the aspirations of the individuals. That is what is being advocated, and some achievements are praised by the that agency called the Human Rights Watch, and some are okay. So not like that. This is where the report of the Human Rights Watch is of much importance, because this global organization. Okay, that is the issue, and if that properly remedial measures are not taken, this may tarnish the image of India globally. Fine.